Feels good to be back. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here with me. Welcome back to the What's on Your Mind podcast. Nearly 4 months is when I posted my last podcast episode, and I've really missed it. I've really missed my own podcast. I'll give a little bit once I go into detail as far as why I haven't posted as much, being a part of another podcast that I'll definitely plug. Pretty soon I'll have pretty much a separate episode plugging the All Shades of Chocolate podcast, but it's been a crazy few months, and this episode will be not only an explanation as far as where I've been and everything that's happened, but also a message to everyone who's completed this last semester of college, this most recent semester of college. Some people, including myself, will be juniors. Others may be going into their senior years. I know friends who just graduated, and seeing them have their graduation pictures or making their goodbye speeches, it really hit. It hit differently because in 2 years, I'm going to be that. Or in 2 to 3 years, I'm going to be in that position and saying my goodbyes. And it's crazy enough that, first of all, in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, in 11 days, I'll be 20 years old. That's insane to me. But just how fast life comes at you is very crazy. And for a trigger warning before I go into it, I'm going to be discussing the events that took place on February 13th at Michigan State and how it impacted me. And it really, there's no way I can describe surviving a mass shooting. On February 13th, 2023, Michigan State University was attacked. And we lost a few individuals and many more were injured. And every time I tell this story of where I was, it makes me feel blessed to still be here today telling the story, but it just really stuns me with how I could have easily been one of the victims. So, and by the way, if my audio sounds different or better, I'm at my job. I'm at the podcast office from the State News, and this is also where I was the night of the school shooting. I was coming from my job, and people who go to Michigan State, they'll know these details, but my job is located on a street called Grand River, and across from Grand River is the MSU Union, where the attack started. And nearly every day after I come from my job, I go to the Union with my friends and fellow All Shades of Chocolate hosts, Jada Vassar and Shakira Maybone. It was our thing. We would leave work, go straight to the Union. It's literally less than a 5-minute walk. We go there, we eat, we come back. This was the plan on February 13th. And for some odd reason, I was like, hey, Jada, I honestly don't feel like going to the Union today. I don't know why. I'm just not feeling mac and cheese and chicken strips, which for anyone who knows my eating habits, my very poor eating habits, and how picky I am, that's all I eat. So for me not to be in the mood for those two things, it was odd. I didn't understand why. And me and Jada, we waited for the bus together, and the first bus came and it was a bit crowded. And since it was a bit crowded, Jada didn't want to get on the bus. But I'm like, I'm tired. I'm skinny. I can fit in between these people. Even if I got to stand, I'm about to go. So I get to the bus and I go to the Brody complex, whereas Brody neighborhood is the neighborhood I live in on campus, but Brody complex is the main eating area for Brody neighborhood residents. And I was meeting Jada there, and I was going to get there first. And since Jada waited for the second bus, she was going to be second after me. And thank God she made it to the Brody complex after me, because the shooting happened, let's say if it was 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after I got back, it was about 10 minutes after Jada got back. So both of us could have been caught in the crossfire of that shooting. We could have been in the Union because Jada was even she told me afterwards, she was gonna say, well, I know you don't really feel like it, but just come with me, I'm gonna get something. And she didn't. And for anyone who isn't religious, it's totally understandable. And even if you aren't religious and aren't Christian, totally understandable. But I just feel like personally, God made sure that neither of us got caught in that. And it was very easy. I could have not been here telling this story right now, because even if like I said, we could have been in the union, but also even with us not being in the union, let's say Jada's bus didn't come fast enough or something happened while either of us is on the bus, it just really makes me grateful to still be here today. And there's no right way to heal from being a part of a mass shooting. And the impact it had afterwards, especially on me, was a lot. Ever since that day, and not to use it as an excuse, because luckily for the most part, I still got a final the day after this is going to be recorded. But I've passed most of my classes. I'm going to be a junior in college. But my determination and drive took a significant hit once that school shooting happened. And me healing from the shooting itself, I was able to cope with it a bit quickly and smoothly, because I didn't want to pause my life after this. I didn't want to not go to school anymore or leave the people I cared about. I wanted to keep going. But in the midst of keep going, the fact that I survived a school shooting really hit me, and it just it took the energy I had for the semester out of me. It was already a hard semester for me in general from a lot of personal reasons, but that was the icing on the cake. And when looking back on this semester of college, with all the things that happened, and there were good things too, obviously, I'm grateful to God for the good things. I can't ever tell anyone they didn't do enough this semester, or they could have did better, especially Michigan State students, really college students in general, but especially Michigan State students, because we could have gave up. We could have easily given up. We could have not been here. And the fact that we survived something as traumatizing as that and still made it through and still was able to do our work and achieve the things we wanted to achieve, that's not easy at all. And I want to say I'm truly, truly proud of all the people who may have either graduated or went on to the next semester and was able to continue. Because none of this is easy. It's actually very difficult. Even if you are in college right now and you're focusing on working, or you're trying to get a car or get an apartment, I'm so, so proud of you. If no one ever tells you, I will tell you 100 times over, because the work you are putting in truly deserves to be recognized and truly deserves to be appreciated. And I'm honored to be a part of a generation that's working so hard to create our own voice and to be different than our peers and to persevere through the things that made us want to give up. My friend Jada turned 20 along with my girlfriend, her twin sister, on April the 14th. And she said something during a recording of the All Shades of Chocolate podcast that stood out to me. And she said that I didn't think I was going to make it to 20. And it stood out to me because not only did I feel the same way, but it's so eye-opening when people as young as us feel these type of emotions. Because you may hear from the older generations, you guys are so young, what are you guys depressed about? Or you guys don't really have real issues, y'all, wait till y'all are grown. And as degrading as that statement may be, part of it just makes me think that we are really, really young. We're 19, 20, 22-year-olds, and we feel these type of emotions. It's just crazy. And people even younger than us feel this type of bad emotion and bad energy. And it truly hurts my heart to really, one, go through these things, but also hear people as young as us go through these problems. And it just truly shows that depression or anxiety or issues don't have an age that goes with it. You don't reach a certain age and stop being depressed, or you don't reach a certain age and start being depressed. There's no formula for pain. I'm going to say that again. There's no formula for pain. There's no formula for healing. You just have to do whatever you can to push you to keep going. And I want to shout out a friend of mine, Xavier, who goes to University of Michigan, I'm pretty sure University of Michigan Ann Arbor, and he posted that he got a 4.0 for the semester. And, or if I'm not mistaken, either just for the semester or just his overall grade is a 4.0. Either way, I told him that is incredible. He's a year younger than me, so if I'm a sophomore, this is his freshman year. And being someone who knows somebody who went to U of M Ann Arbor, to pull off a 4.0 there, you are a genius. And I told him that, and I told him I'll read the message I sent to him. I said, man, that is incredible, brother. Keep doing the amazing work, my guy. I know firsthand this is not easy at all. And the next message he said, I could not be more thankful for. I couldn't express the gratitude I had and just the joy reading this and what it really opened my eyes to. He said, thanks, brother. And honestly, you motivated me to go through school. I seen the way you kept going after everything. So thanks, big bro. I usually never give myself a lot of credit for just a lot of reasons I could go into. So to hear someone that I looked up to and saw a form of inspiration from seeing that he pulled off that 4.0 tell me that I'm a source that allowed him to keep going and I was a part of greatness, it just blows my mind. And I want to end this episode off by thanking the people who told me to keep going. Told me that they believed in me and showed me the support through the things I'm going. People like my friends, parents, work employees, supervisors, managers. I'm so grateful for you all. And the fact that I have supporters for this podcast and the fact that this podcast that I'm recording has truly gave me opportunities that have changed my life and may continue to change my life. I wouldn't be here without the people who listen to me. As someone who felt, and part of me still feels, that I'm very unheard and people didn't care about what I had to say or my voice, to have myself proven wrong, it means the world to me. And some of you may not know it, but y'all truly saved my life. Thank you all. And I hope you guys tune into the next episode of What's on Your Mind. See y'all later.